One more time. Oh, hail the men of the north.
With Victor Nilsson.
And Shaft Uddin.
So, welcome to this beautiful episode of us creating for the sake of creating. We figured out the meaning of life. It's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
We're creating something big here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sat in my sauna the other day, and this video is all about how to create a concept album. We just did it in 2 hours, just from pure presence. And when I was in my sauna...
Look at this. I'm a rooster.
You've got a row little hair.
A row hair.
I realized the meaning of life is creation and collaboration.
Mm.
So creating your art and sharing it with other people.
Yeah.
And during my time of the brutal winter that's been, when I created the Juicy Entrepreneurs, I decided that it's through progression that we grow, through sharing and community that we feel like we have a meaningful existence. And this is what we're going to share with you today.
Yeah. And also learning something and progressing, developing, a huge part of that is sharing the knowledge, because by sharing it you integrate it even deeper in yourself. So
it's like when we're teaching, like we're world-class teachers, but outside of teaching, I'm a human and I'm a mess, and I'll speak for myself. But when I'm teaching, I have I have this infinite wisdom. Like the gods are channeling through me. I'm Shiva, and through the teaching I'm healing myself because I'm talking to myself. And I'm doing the practices, the tools for sacred sexual awakening and tantra, and I'm learning from the scripts I've learnt from the gurus and the teachers. Is that how it is with music and teaching, or?
I think so. It could be. I haven't done the same tantric journey as you, but I definitely think that when in passion, when in music, when in teaching that, I definitely embody something greater than myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it goes without saying that when you follow your heart, you step into something that's grander.
Yeah. And this is what we're about to embark on today: how to create a concept album.
Yes.
So
we're showing them the
hero's journey. So randomly, so here's how the universe works. It's fucking weird, but there's books written about this, there's stories written about this, and everything's the same. From Napoleon Hill's book Think and Grow Rich, written in 1926, we're listening to one at the moment, well, it's done in like 1916. How
to play the game of life.
Yep, how to play the game of life. The Secret, Law of Attraction.
The Bible.
Hinduism, which is what we're actually referencing in our concept is
album.
Yeah. Life is a video game. The producer that made my EP on Spotify, check out Shaft Uddin, and the song Sacred Sexual Jedi, he basically randomly said, I want to work with you again. I'm not very good at singing, I don't know why he said it, but I really wanted to make an album. So it went up into the collective consciousness, and he must have heard it, and then the next day he literally messaged me. And I thought, who's perfect? Someone can sing.
And you're like, hey, this new person in my life that plays video game and
exactly,
sings.
yeah.
Should we do this?
There's a team here. Something can happen.
And you had to mention the idea for like 1 second. I was like,
I mean,
doing it?
So yeah, then we just had to sit. I knew if we just sat down, we'll create it. And within 2 hours, we've created something. A masterpiece. A fucking masterpiece. This is the blueprint.
It's beautiful.
And I want to show them
and
where
really ugly at the same time.
I want to show the process that we did. Get the cheat code out.
The cheat code.
Yeah.
Cheat code is right.
So because the hero's journey is you could Google image the hero's journey, but we found a really good hero's journey, and it's like,
in 6 popular movies.
Yeah. The hero's journey in 6 popular movies. So we were like reading from Harry Potter, Star Wars, Matrix, Spider-Man, Lion King, Lord of the Rings, and it goes through the different stages of the...
Spider-Man there? It's not as a great movie as the other.
Not.
No.
But it's actually one of your original superhero movies before it
is.
became actually
It is.
good.
But he could have used like Batman instead. That would have been greater.
True.
Anyways, Spider-Man's there. Who
Spider-Man's
cares?
there, yeah.
It works.
It works.
It follows the pattern.
And the pattern is they live in an ordinary world. Then they have the call to adventure. Then they have the refusal of the call. Then they have the meeting of the mentor. Crossing the threshold. Test allies and enemies. Approach to the innermost cave. The ordeal. The reward. The road back. The resurrection. Return with the elixir. Did we actually write that? I keep on missing stuff out. Return with the elixir. We must have.
With the elixir, of course.
Yeah.
It's the cheat codes.
The cheat codes. We did.
We got it.
The return. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we sat down and we wrapped our brains around our personal journey. Like, our journey as a human being is like a video game. My mum always used to shout to me, "Life is a game! Life is a game!" Like, she just instilled that into me, and the fact that we're writing a video game based on that and a music concept album is brilliant. So we used the holy trinity of something that I'm into, which is Hinduism. Because
you're into it.
I'm into. I'm
the cool thing right now.
I'm possessed by deities through my work. It's kind of interesting. So Victor is the main protagonist. He's and in real life,
AKA hero.
The creator.
Well, in this instance, yes.
Yeah, and Brahma from the Holy Trinity is the creator. So that's who he is. I myself is Shaft, the Destroyer, which is also known as, on my Instagram, my new title comes from our Juicy Entrepreneurs Retreat, and my gift to the world is the Beacon of Change, which you actually came up with. And the story, in this story, is
to
I'm
change,
the beacon.
something has to be destroyed to leave place for something new. Yeah.
And our my sacred producer, Nicholas, he's the preserver, the serpent, which is Vishnu. So in our own way, we are all the heroes of our own stories, but we all represent something.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. So how do you want to...
Yeah, so like our story revolves around the hero who lives in the ordinary world, like all the heroes and protagonists. But this comes in a form of a gamer dude.
Yeah.
Right? And he gets his call to adventure through playing video games by someone who assembles gamers from all over the world to break free from the simulation that we're living in, the life's game. And but there's refusal and there's struggle and resistance to even take on this call to adventure, but then eventually he does, and he meets the mentor.
So the concept album is a 12-track journey. This is brilliant. I love it. And we're like, he's very into men's work, and the hero's journey by Joseph Campbell is mentioned a lot in The Journey of a Man. And I used to coach men a lot, but I mainly concentrate on women, and I'm coming back to being a man, and I'm starting to develop my own masculinity. And this beautiful, this is semi-autobiographical, like from all of our stories. Number 1, the first track, Ordinary World. Hero works in the grocery shop in Sweden and plays video games.
Oops. Could have been me.
in his free time. The second track is called Call to Adventure. Whilst playing World of Warcraft, because I actually want to join him when he's playing World of Warcraft.
Burning Crusade is out soon.
Oh.
Jump on the train.
See, real life experiences. He receives an invitation from the games master to play the game of life. Number 3 is the refusal of Joseph Campbell's journey. And the track is going to be called Breaking Free from Your Patterns. Conditioning from society and parents create conflicts within the main protagonist's intuition. Who to believe? Number 4, meeting the mentor. And the track title is called The Beacon of Light. And this is where the most dedicated and passionate gamers are brought together by the mentor, aka the beacon. They are chosen because they have a unique ability of pure presence in the games. If they can crack the code in the games, they can crack the codes to life. So there is something that happens in a game. Like, I was addicted to computer games when I was little, and I could easily fall back into that pattern quite easily because you just, all noise and the monkey mind shuts down and you're just focused.
Yeah. There's a certain sense of being able to stay there forever and just, keep playing, and there's always progression in games, right? So they never stop. You're never finished completely, especially in the modern games. So yeah, and by keep on playing, you get better and you learn how to wrap your head around the game, and even communities are created around like how to break the game the fastest way. And like speedrunning is one of the most popular things to watch amongst gamers right now.
What is speedrunning?
Well, speedrunning is how you beat the game the fastest way, or in the most corrupt way, or without or with cheat codes. Like speedruns is huge, and now speedruns are not always about how you defeat the game the quickest way, but also in the weirdest way, or in a way where you can just use the first weapon you get, or there are at least 30 different kind of speedruns to every game that is out there now.
So do the architects who create the games know that these cheat codes exist and that's why they do it, or did the gamers figure out a way to break the game?
Both, but definitely the latter.
Oh.
So gamers like find bugs that are not supposed to be there, learn how to use them to their advantage.
No.
So they are actually cracking the games.
That's pretty cool.
And that's what our album is, but in real life.
Yeah.
And you can do that in real life as well.
That's why we're creating this album. That's why this is why I love the spiritual journey, because it is this. Finding the cheat codes.
Yeah.
In fact, we're just going to explain it because this is what happens next. Crossing the threshold.
Fully shamanic.
We might call it fully shamanic.
We might also not call it fully
exactly.
Shamanic.
We'll see. The beacon guides them into an ayahuasca journey where they are taken down into their subconscious by a serpent, where they see the codes of assimilation and the cracks in society, awakening the soul. That is where they meet and have a glimpse of the preserver. The serpent. Vishnu. Number 6, test allies and enemies. The working title is called The Work. Faith and fear in conflict. Learning the new tools of a new way. Doing the real work through tantra, meditation, semen retention, crystals, breathwork, the spiritual arsenal. It's like
this is very dear to my heart, because this is what it's all about, right? How you can have all the realizations, you can do all the thinking, all the philosophy around anything, but this is the work. This is what you have to do to get there. And all good movies have the scenes where the hero is pumping up, or training, or
the classic
learning.
Marvel montage.
Exactly. In the Matrix, Neo runs through all of these programs and getting programs with all the necessities for the adventures and stuff. And this needs to be done in real life, but this is where I feel a lot of people get stuck, because it is work, and that's why the title is The Work, because it has to be done to keep going.
In Tantra, we call it integration. So you have your ayahuasca journey, you have the moments of the spiritual awakenings, and you glimpse it for about 3 days, and you're back at home and just going, oh, I fucking hate my life again. Next hit, okay, there's a Vipassana retreat, okay, enlightened for 2 days, 3 days a week. back at home, got to pay the mortgage. Okay, next hit, let's go. So you just become a seeker and a searcher.
Or an addict.
Yeah, we call it a workshop addict.
Yeah.
Integration is key. Ring up your parents and tell them you love them. That's pretty much it. Number 7. Approach the innermost cave. So this is venomous words or twisted tongues as the working title.
So this is where our hero meets this, or rather the serpent, the preserver, seeks out our hero. And if we're running the simulation game here, the preserver is a program that is supposed to protect the simulation to keep going. So the hero is now trying to break free from the simulation and the patterns and crack the game. And the preserver wants to. Then the program comes and approaches the hero and says, "You should go back to your old life. You were really safe. You had all this back home. Do it, do it." And he's using his venomous words and his twisted tongue to kind of lure our hero back into his old patterns.
The serpent corrupts the protagonist with fear and self-doubt, trying to get him back into enslavement, back to his old life, masked with safety, imprisoned by safety.
So
it's the ego, basically.
It's the ego talking, and I think everyone who's trying to do the work knows this fight as well, where it's tough and it hurts and it's pain everywhere by doing the work, and then the old life kind of tingles you a little bit, right? Going back to what you know and what feels safe, and the ego loves that.
I mean, I'm going back to Tantra because my life as an entrepreneur didn't work out. But luckily, I'm mixing it. Juicy entrepreneurs.
Leave that shit behind, man.
Number 8, the ordeal. And we're calling this Battle of the Beliefs. The beacon falls from grace. The serpent beats the beacon by using trigger words, so he loses all of his confidence. And in that moment, he's eaten by the serpent. So this is actually something I'm going through in my personal life, where, like, I've done the work, I'm at the top of my game, and it took an injury to bring me all the way back down to my second awakening. Like, I'm on my third awakening now, basically. And it didn't take a lot for me to fall from grace, just a tiny pain in my back, which then turned into chronic pain, and then the pain turned into the dissolution of my mind. And then all I had was a story, and then I became human. But I'm coming back again.
Welcome back.
My own hero's journey. It's a hero's journey, hero's journey, hero's journey.
Yeah,
hero's journey.
That's the thing with the hero's journey. It's not like in the movies it ends, but in life you just get on a new journey. When you come back with new realizations, there's always a new call to adventure. And that's what's tough. But that's also what is, if you've done it once, full circle, you know how it works, and you can use that to your advantage. So that's also a cheat code, I suppose.
Exactly, then you gamify it.
Yeah. So you mastered this game, you know all the cheat codes, so just use what you did here in the next game, and you'll beat that even faster. And like you say, now you sometimes have a depression, but you go out it really quickly because you know the tools now.
My third breakdown was just 2.5 weeks.
A depression could be for years back when.
Which it used to be, yeah.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah. My friend describes it as like an athlete. Like, you're always going to get injured, but it's how quick you recover from it. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Number 9, the reward. Fight for freedom. The protagonist gathers the gamers and leads them to free the beacon from the serpent.
Yep. And this is just fighting your demons. Meeting them head on, fight your fears, meet them with your whole being.
But you can't do it by yourself.
No.
And this is why I created Juicy Entrepreneurs, because it's tough, like, holding yourself accountable. It's tough training every day. It's more fun when you have other superheroes with you. And all of us in our community, like yesterday was Annie's birthday. Seeing each individual looking like a god and goddess was just This is amazing. And this is happening in a city. It's great. And it's not a festival or anything. It's just like our normal life.
It's just a birthday party.
Yeah. It's great. Number 10, The Road Back. The title is called Game Over.
So in the battle with the serpent, we realize when the serpent is killed that the beacon shaft is either dead or in such a bad mess that we don't think he's going to make it. So it's that melancholy after the big battle. You count your losses and you see all the devastation, but you also have defeated the final boss, so to speak. So in this instance, in this song, we have the head of the snake and the remains of Shaft, and we bring him back to the assembly point or to the temple.
Which is the next song, The Resurrection. I'm just going to quickly read the Game Over synopsis. Bringing the head of a serpent with the remains of the beacon to the sacred temple, where he realizes that self-love is the ultimate cheat code to life. And we've spoken about this quite a lot. This has the power to... Oh, this was amazing what you said.
Can I also add, like, that realization comes from that, because when the beacon falls from grace, that's because the trigger words triggered things in him that were not filled with self-love. So that was the ultimate thing that defeated you and that the snake used against you. But so that's, the hero realizes this now and knows that he can be unbeatable. He masters self-love.
Something that you said really good was self-love, the ultimate cheat code to life, is this has the power to create and destroy all programs. To be unbeatable, you must love all parts of yourself, even the darkness. So yeah, that's I thought that was really powerful when you said that. And if anyone's seen the film Doctor Strange, this is basically his journey, but that film is also my journey and every other person I've met on the path, their journey as well. Breaking free from the matrix, something bad happened, a crisis, some kind of breakdown, physical, mental, relationship, something, which leads you on your esoteric path to Copenhagen.
For everyone.
Bro, you might be there next year.
Well,
we'll see.
I wouldn't mind.
Number 11, The Resurrection. Awaken the Triforce. I quite like that.
To all the Zelda fans.
The protagonist becomes a creator and unites the three forces through self-love, resurrecting the serpent and the beacon, uniting all three to create a new world, the Holy Trinity, which is, I love my life, the creator, Brahma. I love my body, the preserver, Vishnu. And I love myself, the beacon, Shiva. I like that.
His favorite part.
It fits though. That's the thing. It actually fits. Number 12, The Return. And the track is I Am the Creator.
Acceptance of your new faith and purpose.
Yeah, new purpose for the creator. He returns home to his parents, turns on his computer, and embraces the role as a creator. He uses his platform, he goes all the way back, full circle, to the world of Warcraft to spread the cheat codes of self-love, assembling gamers to create a real-life community. And some of the essences for this concept album is the war needs to be won within. Change yourself to change the world. And this actual cheat code came to me when I was on Buffo. Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you. Gamers assemble. 2 hours worth of work. So, musical themes for this.
Yeah.
That's another day.
The next part.
Yeah, that's the next part. So, what is the next journey of our concept album? Creating a musical theme and then the words go, like, it's creating the container basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to figure out what sort of texture we want the music to behold for each title.
Yeah, like an emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
The energy behind it.
Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it soothing? Is it challenging? Is it in your face? Is it
Yeah.
in the back? You know.
Genre, themes. Yeah. It's an exciting project.
It is.
It is.
I've been quite enthused for this past month when we've talked about it.
Yeah. I mean, we just got a whole fucking story for a film using the main formula for all of those 6 films.
It would be a wicked film.
I love it.
Do you have a sacred sexual film producer that can hook you up?
I got a feeling if we actually make the songs and everything, someone might be interested in doing something.
Let's start manifesting right now.
Because people want to do a documentary about us. So, there you go.
They're never done. They've been drilling for like 2 months.
So, thank you very much for watching. We're creating this kind of like the Akashic Records for our journey. Just to tell ourselves where we are.
That's right.
And just to inspire others to start creating again. To start actually getting out of this into this and collaborating. Creation and collaboration is something that juices up life. It makes it more meaningful.
Yeah, and you've taught me that about sharing. Like that's why we create, to share. And I've been just creating, and I want it to be perfect before I share and all that stuff. But there's so much more freedom in creation when you just share it. So that's why we're here.
Yeah, so we'll give you another update once we set a date and create the essence, the flavors of each song. And then we're just going to shoot it. And then make it. And then there'll be a Hollywood 3-part box set series and spin-offs and merchandise from our podcast and everything like that. All hail the men of the north with Victor Nilsson.
And Shaft Uddin.
So thank you very much. And is there any last words that you want to say? Where can we find you?
I love my life.
I love my body. I love myself. Yeah, yeah. See, I can sing when you're around.
See?
Yeah.
The training has already done wonders.
This is true. And you can find him on... If you want singing lessons and coaching and everything like that.
Yes, you'll find me on Facebook. I'm Victor Nilsson, and I'm a singer and lead of Lemon Squeezy and 08 Chorus. So you can look that up and you'll find me.
And you could get my online course, The School of Self-Love, within the description down there. And if you want to book a session with me, find me on sacredsexualawakening.com. And also, what are you smelling?
You said down there.
Oh, down there.
Looking at
You can actually find me down there as well. And you can find me on my Instagram at Shaft Uddin. So thank you, we love you, and we set you free. Mwah! I don't know what this is going to look like. Do I press this now?